Okay, folks, this won't take long. Here's a bet that I've given several other people, and it's time to... I'll wager that Latifah Faisal, Story County, Iowa Supervisor, won't take this bet. Or I'll bet that Story County, Iowa Supervisor Latifah Faisal won't take this bet. I'll wager she won't take this bet. I'll bet she won't take this wager. And here's what it is. The black / African American labor force participation rate for fiscal years 2022 and 2023, which begin October 1st, 2021. The African American labor force participation rate for those fiscal years will be lower than it was under Donald Trump from fiscal years 2018 through 2020, before or after the lockdowns. Now here, I'll give you some, see the link underneath the video. I have all the data. I have data, and Latifah Faisal has 2-sentence rants on Facebook. Impressive. Under Barry Obongo, the black labor force participation rate was 61.602%. 61.602%. Under George W. Bush, it was 63.977%. So you can see how it drops significantly. Now, under Donald Trump, from fiscal year 2018 through fiscal year 2020, cutting it off on February 2020, because after that, a bunch of states started locking down. The Democrats said, ooh, I bet we can bring the economy to a screeching halt, and we'll get Washington to pay for half the state to be unemployed and shelter in place. We'll get 49 other states to do it. California was particularly bad at this, as was New Mexico, as were the so-called lockdowns plus 2 up in the Northeast that I've mentioned in my updates on COVID-19. So under Donald Trump, up to February 2020, right before lockdown mania started, the black / African American labor force participation rate was 62.478%, a lot higher than it was under Obozo. Black people started going back to work. And even after the lockdowns till the end of fiscal year 2020, which ended September 30th, 2020, it was still higher than it was under Obozo, 61.944%. And if you look through the data as I have, African Americans were particularly hurt by the lockdowns. Their labor force participation rates went down further, cratered further than for whites. But yeah, let's lock them all down. So, Latifah Faisal, my challenge to you, I bet that you won't take this wager. The African American labor force participation rate under Joe Biden for fiscal years 2022 and 2023, if he makes it that far. I don't know if Oatmeal Brains is going to make it that long. I think he's going to have to resign pretty soon. He wanders aimlessly for a thought quite often. The African American labor force participation rate for fiscal years 2022 and 2023 will be lower than it was under Donald Trump, even before or after the lockdown. So will you take that bet? And it doesn't start till October 1st, so you have plenty of time to do some Google research and find out if you think I'm going to be right. So if the unemployment rate goes down, which it might, but if more people are leaving the labor force, the unemployment rate doesn't include people who just said, screw it, I give up, go looking for work. Or people who just dropped out of the labor force completely and got disability or whatever. So they can sit there and screech about the unemployment rate all they want, but it hides the fact that more people are going to be exiting the labor force, and that will happen. And I will be right, of course. And that's why she won't take that bet. But we'll see if she does. Recently, I dared to contradict her on some of her rants, her 2-sentence rants on illegal immigration. She got mad and blocked me. That's fine, though. I still have a bully pulpit I can utilize. So, Latifah Faisal, are you going to take that bet or not?